Good afternoon to everyone. Let me first of all say it is a pleasure for me to be here, and I would like to thank the Martinicans for their hospitality, and in particular the Caribs, Madam Casanova, for organizing this. The OECS region, we are actually quite happy to be a part of this. It signals positive movement in the integration process. We're also happy to welcome Martinique as well as a member of the OECS, and we look forward to stronger and deeper relations with all our partners. I'm supposed to speak on the right strategy for OECS transport and logistics strategy. I'm going to speak about what we are doing and our approach to transport and logistics development in the region. And I think our work it's a work in progress. So we are constantly looking at how we can improve what we are doing. The integration process itself is a tremendous task, and I believe though that that is the way that we should be going. All our colleagues, my colleagues this morning, alluded to the fact that we really need to deepen our relations. Okay, so the objectives, I'm just going to outline our approach, and also I'm going to highlight areas for further cooperation and further development and support. Okay, so what do we focus on? What are we focusing on? Our priority areas. So we are interested in the free circulation of goods and free movement of people to facilitate trade. We are also interested in improved border protection and improve revenue management. So in a broad way, these are the priorities that we are looking at as an OECS sub-region. Okay, where are we now? So the question in terms of as an OECS region, we have constituted a port management committee to look at the management of the port infrastructure between the OECS territories. The terms of reference has been drafted for that committee. The committee is scheduled to meet quarterly, on a quarterly basis, to review and to look at the issues in the port and maritime sector and the airport as well. Okay. Also, we concluded a study, a regional study on the air travel within the region and the challenges that are facing the OECS citizens and the businesses within the OECS in terms of being able to move goods and travel between the region. We are currently drafting a strategy for OECS seaport operations. So that work is ongoing, and we're looking at a horizon of 2015 to 2018 in terms of the completion of the development of that strategy. We're currently at the draft stage. We are also working on a project to develop a small vessel maritime cluster. We understand that the challenges facing the existing small vessels, and we hope that the relationships that we build here as well can lend to strengthening and improving the small vessel industry within the sub-region. Currently, there are tremendous challenges, as you know. We are, in concept, we have an integrated region, single market, but if you were to try to move goods between St. Lucia, Grenada, and Dominica, that would be very, very difficult. So we are really working to see how we can address these issues. Okay. In terms of the thank you. In terms of the intra OECS market shipping challenges, so I alluded to some of those. There are limited shipping options currently. There has been a decline in that area, and that's one of the reasons we are looking at the energizing and the development of a cluster. We're also looking to see what good practices that exist that we can also integrate into what we're doing. There are also some onerous requirements in terms of government agencies and processing and bureaucracy and paperwork. So those are some of the hurdles that we need to overcome. So in terms of our draft strategy, so one of the things we're looking at is the legislative reform, so that we can have the single regulatory authority, and the implementation of the OECS Port Act. All of this is seeking to harmonize the legislation and to ensure that throughout the territories that there is some consistency. Okay. Also, the revised and modern collective agreements are something that we are also looking at. In terms of the strategy, an important part of that is improved safety and security, because as we understand it, for us to effectively conduct trade, we must look at our risk and our security issues that we need to address. When we look at the region, we're a small region. Yes, we understand that, and there are a lot of differences, but yet still it's quite similar in many ways. We have a lot to offer in terms of the wider world, but the unification is important so that we have a strong, strategic ground to leverage and to move forward. Okay, we are looking at the improved transportation services. So based on the studies that we have done and the challenges that we have identified, we're going to develop the Eastern Caribbean Shipping Pool Cluster. That's what I spoke to. The investment program for the maritime and shipping transport industry, and that's absolutely necessary because many of the existing infrastructure needs upgrading and needs investment and development in order for it to get to that level. Institutional strengthening, of course, is certainly something that we are looking at, and improvements in capacity building. ICT is something that we want to leverage to improve connectivity between the current and existing ports. Okay, in terms of way forward, I'm just identifying some things. We're going to develop and implement the strategy, so that's one of the things that we are looking to do as a way forward. We're going to assess the existing infrastructure capabilities to ensure that we have, we can effectively implement that strategy. Also, the establishment of MOUs between port and border agencies, so that they are working in collaboration with each other, and to design and implement electronic interfaces. That's something that also another project that we're going to be working on, and to reduce the reliance on the bureaucracy and the paperwork is something that we're desirous of as well. So that's what we're looking at in terms of the way forward. We would want to implement the trade facilitation measures to address those infrastructural hurdles that we have, and of course, in terms of investment in the sector, as I alluded to, that would be critical to achieving that. The establishment of SOPs for storage and handling of goods are things that we also would like to address and to create a facility at the port authorities to accommodate, a full-time presence of border protection agencies. Okay. All right. Now, so some of the areas that we look for in terms of collaboration and support, institutional strengthening, of course, all of this to improve trade facilitation, and as far as the ICT connectivity is concerned, so we are seeking to leverage our partnerships with the other territories and to develop this area. Also developing a mechanism for communicating. That's part of that whole framework. And implementing a one-stop security framework within the OECS is also another area that we're desirous of moving into. Okay, so this generally, in a nutshell, is our approach, our ideas in terms of the regional, the strategy for logistics and trade development within the region. Okay, thank you very much.